What better place to create art than alongside grazing cattle on a farm in New York State's Hudson Valley? These are the artist's stories.
As you see, there are two persons between, opposite sides sitting and attaching on a tree which is half dead. If you look at the sky, you see like there's a huge void, the open up space. So it's very, this spot is a very special, spiritual, very picky spot.
Getting ready to put together a piece by Carla Goldberg, and she works on different layers, and in this case she's used plexiglass. She's been painting jellyfish, and also she's been working on pieces that involve the way the foam comes up on the beaches.
Imagine something funny like a drum set being on top of there, but you can't climb up there and play it. And so we wanted sound, we also wanted something unobtainable, something that you couldn't even do, even if you wanted to.
I mean, I like the fact that I could kind of build a big work and experiment here. That's what keeps bringing me back, I think, is that, I could try things out that I couldn't normally try out in a small studio or something, It's really an abstract work. I want, the viewer to bring to mind whatever they want to bring to mind, but I think part of what I'm doing is experimenting with, I guess, geometry a little bit.
It's called Marmalade Glockenspiel. This is one half of it, and it's in its primary state in that it hasn't been painted yet. It's not structurally sound yet. I'm going to put holes in it, and there will be another form just like this one, facing it, out a little further out in the field. So the big ends, big openings will face each other. And so the idea will be you look through the holes and you see the other piece, each of them. And both of the cones will be painted differently, so there's a textural, visual difference.
I call it solitude, because I wanted a reflection to remember the past and the future for conservation, to just keep in mind and thought in everything we do.
Just love working with my hands, so I just love the whole finding the pieces, putting them together. It just seems like whenever I needed a piece, it would just happen. Like I found one on the side of the road or whatever.
And can you imagine, if you had to be in a rehab center or something, and then we name them. So, the title for it is Namaste, but we name each one of them, and this one's name is Winston. So if a little child, or is going through a hard time in a hospital or, in a rehab center or anything, just go down, want to go say hi to Winston? Let's go down, just for a few minutes. And so that's our dream.
No, actually, I didn't know what I was going to do here. I found the lens, and I found upside down. It was the fact, I said, I could see something upside down. And then I just went from there.
I consider myself almost a dumpster operator or a dumpster artist because I take what other people throw away and I create. In this case, you have 3 fire extinguishers that were thrown away. They now ring beautifully, and the wood came out of a dumpster. with what object I work with and what I'm approaching and what I have in my mind, halfway through, it develops its own mode. I have this compulsion to take something and make it something that people can enjoy and love.
We wanted to make this something that was impossible.
Everywhere we go, it just gives somebody a smile, and you just see the joy inside of them. It's really beautiful.
And that's what art should be. It should be an adventure. It should never be anything else but an adventure.